you able to present your screen? Sir, can you able me to share my screen? Okay. Guys, can you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our week 3 section. I have just divided the section into 4 parts. So in the part 1, we will be covering about the STF. In the part 2, we will be covering about 3D and 2D optimization. And the part 3, we will be covering Photoshop. And the part 4, tips and tricks. Okay. We will be doing the section part by part. If you guys have any doubt, you can ask after the part end. Okay, first of all, I'm going to create a blank project. So before starting the section, Rubesh has asked me to how to use the multiple face tracker. Let me show that first to you guys. It's a quite simple. You just need to add 2 face trackers. Here you will have see the face 1 is here. Now you can just need to use the face 2. If you need to use 3 face tracker, you need to add one more thing. Now you can see option 3 is there. This is how you will be using the multiple face tracking. Rubesh, is the doubt clear for you? You can also comment in chat.
But we can't know that how many people at a time are using the filter. Like if there are 4 or 5 people and we have just applied 2 face trackers, then only 2 people will get the filter.
Yes.
So how to improvise it, sir?
So improvise what you are meaning. So you can use the same effects for all of the 4 phases, or you can use different phase filters for them. Say for example, the first person, the plane will be only will be visible, and the second person, the face mesh will be visible. You can do it like this. Or if you need same effect for all of them, what you need to do is just need to copy this and paste it here. So it will be equal for all of the persons. Do you get it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys okay? Okay, let me move to the first part, STF. STF stands for the sign distance field. STF is used to create procedural texts in Spark AR. So let me show you what is STF and procedural text are meaning.
So one more thing, you do it very fast, sir. We are just looking. So can you do a little slow so we also see?
Yeah, okay. First of all, I'm going to create a star patch. Okay, let me create a plane first. I just created a material for the plane, and then I'm going to replace this CF star, and I'm going to change the shader type to flat. So this is a number we need to convert into color. Let me show you. Okay. This bit of slowness is good for you guys. Are you able to come along with me? Or do I need to slow it down?
It's okay, sir.
It's fine, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me explain you this each of the patches. So STF star is used to create the star procedural texture. So what the X and Y meaning is, where the star should be drawn. Say for example, here is the top. It will be the 0, 0. When I put 0, 0, it will be in the top left. You can see that. So here, let me write it down. So this is how the STF star gets rendered. Say for example, I put the center as 0, 0. It's getting rendered here. When I move 0, 1, wait a minute. Okay, so a little bit of understanding. Let me get it. Okay, guys. Okay, let me explain. So this is the top. It will be starting from here. Say for example, this is the 0 and 0, 0. When we put 0, 0, it will be get centered from here. So when we move the x-axis, okay. So this is the plane x-axis. Okay, this will be in the 0, and the top right will be the 1. So it will be traveling from 0 to 1 like this. So as the same for the y-axis also, the value here will be 0, and the bottom left will be 1. So when we put 0, 1, it will get rendered from here. So we actually need the star to be rendered at the center. So we are just putting it 0.5, 0.5. So what happens if we put 0.5, 0.5? Here is 0 to 1. So the center is 0.5. And then we are putting the y-axis in 0.5. Here is 0, here is 1. So the star will get centered here. So this is the center patch, and this is for the radius, outer and inner, and points. So what does the points mean is, you can see here the black points. There are five, five points are there. If we add it 6, there will be a 6 points. Say for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have the number of points is 6. If we change the count to 3, it will have 3. That's it. So this is about the STF chart. This is how it will be gets work. I'm just erasing this. Okay, now it's for the front. So what does the step patch does? So let we can consider this as a number A and this as a number B. I'll show you using the value patch. Consider this as a number A and the edge as a number B. So A greater than or equal to B, the value is true. True is 1 and the 0 is false. Say for example, if you put the number 2 and the edge is 0, okay, let me write it down. So how does it calculate this? 2 greater than or equal to 0. The formula will be 2 greater than or equal to 3. If this condition means the value is true, if the condition does not mean, the value will be false. So if the true is 1 and the false will be 0, like this. If we change the edge to 3, the condition will false and the value is 0. This is how the step patch works. And for the mix patch now. So the mix patch is nothing but the color will be translated from color A to color B by using the given alpha value. Let me show you. I'm just creating a rectangle for you guys to understand. In this test material. So now the value is 0. So what happens when we put 0 is the red color will be getting rendered. When we put 1, the green color will be getting rendered. So when we put 0.5, the color half of the red color will be added by the half of the green color. So you can see the output there. This is how the mix packs work. So this is the basic setup of the STS star. So we need to cut out these edges, blue edges. So what we can do is we just reduce the opacity to 0. Now you can see the star is alone is getting rendered. Let me choose the yellow color. So this is the basic setup for the STS star patch. Now we are going to implement this in particle system. Let's see how to enact this. I'm going to rename it as STF star. So the particle system has 4 types of emission. Say for example, point, line, plane, and ring. So what does the point does is it's emits from a point. You can see it is emitting from a single point. When we change it to a line, consider this as a line. Let me show you. Consider this as a line. The particles will be emitting from this line. So this is the length of a line. Say for example, the scale we are using. It's like the length of the line. And the third thing is plane. So the plane is in the X and Y axis. So the particles will be emitting from the plane, not even from the line. It will be emitting from this, like this kind of plane anywhere. So then ring. So the particles will be emitting like a circular ring. You can see now the particles is emitting from a circular ring. If you change the point, you can see the point to ring. The point is the particle system is emitting in a circular way. So I'm going to create a material and okay, let me use the STF star material. As for now, we need only line. We're going to increase it length of line to 0.5. So you can see the particle is flowing upwards. We need the particles to flowing downwards. So what we can do is rotate the particle system. So it will be facing downwards. I'm just moving it up. So we don't want the effect to be disappeared for 0.2 seconds, I think. So yeah, 0.4 seconds. We need the effect to be disappeared after 4 seconds, so that it's like falling from ground, falling from the sky. So this is how you will be using STF in a particle system. And now we will be inserting STF in a camera texture. I just created a canvas. and then adding a rectangle, naming it okay, STFBG. So whenever you create an object in hierarchy, please give a meaningful name. Way to click by this, by height. Yeah, BG. So we are going to use the same kind of setups here, but instead of star, we are going to use the SEF circle. So it's the same as this, the center and the radius of the circle. So we are going to copy this and paste it here. So now I'm going to use the, okay. So what we need exactly is the yellow to be transparent. So I'm just making the yellow color to opacity to 0. So we have a round cut like this. The color is not good. Let me change it to sky blue. So guys, this is how you embed the SPF in the camera texture. And okay, let me show you one more thing, how to mix SPF. So what does this patch does? So this is like an transition patch, like the same we are usually here, the mix patch. So what does this patch does is it just mixes two STF. Say for example, I'm going to mix star and circle. Yes, star. So for your result, let me create a rectangle first. And a material so that you guys can see easily. Yes, can someone mute? Okay. So what does the mix patch does is it just mixes two STFs. Okay, let me show you visually. So you can see here the star is getting rendered. When I change it to 1, the circle is getting rendered. So in order this to work like this, with our yellow star, what we need to do is I just deleted the SQL star that we created before and then make the SQL output to the step input. So now you can see only circle is rendering. So what we can do is we need to go from star from circle. So for this to work, we will be creating a loop animation. So what are the loop animation does is it loops for every 1 second from 0 to 1. So I'm going to connect the progress path to this one. Now you can see the star is translated into circle. So this is how the SPF is working. So do you guys understand this, or do I need to take this one more time? Or if you guys are having any doubt, please let me know. I can take this part one more time too, if you guys don't understand this. Anyone? Or do you guys having any doubt in this? Or do I need to retake this part?
Understood, sir, everything.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I just doing my notes.
Sir, do we get the video of this session recording?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
Okay.
you will be getting the video section and also the finished project as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. So the next is part two, and now we will be focusing on the 3D, 2D optimization. I just picked up this model. So the model is here is an iPoly model. You can see the triangle is 93.2K and the vertex is 46.6K. I'm going to download this model. Let me show you. This is the procedure how you download the models in Sketchfab. The size is 155, but I downloaded actually. Okay, before starting, let me show you which tool we are using for 3D. If you guys don't have 3D, you need to download this tool. You can type in Google Blender download, go to the first page, and download the Blender and install it. I'm having Blender on my Mac. So after downloading Blender, you need to also download ARToolkit. So by going on the site, you can see here the ARToolkit. When pressing on this button, the download will be stopped. So this is the interface of the Blender, and this is the hierarchy as we seen in the Spark AR like this. And the XYZ and the rotation XYZ scale are the transform that is seen in the inspector. So I don't need anything. I'm just going to delete it. So after you have downloaded the Spark AR toolkit for Blender, you need to go to Edit, Preferences, Add-on, Install. You need to select the path that you downloaded as a zip file. You need to select the zip and then click on Install Add-on. So I already set it up. So let me show you. So after you install this add-on, there will be a small icon like this. When you press this icon, the Spark AR toolkit will got appear. So after installing Blender, you should also check this tool. You need to go to the file for edit preference and then go to the input. You need to enable the emulate 3 button mouse. It will be useful for you guys to navigation purpose for zoom in, zoom out, and then pressing the R mouse button and then rotating the scene. Okay. So first, let me import the mesh. We need to check the type of mesh that we got downloaded from the Blender. So this is the baseball cap zip I downloaded from Blender. So the file is in the GLTF format. So I'm going to File, Import, and searching for the GLTF. You can see here is the GLTF GLDB. I'm pressing that. Going to documentation. So this is the CAS model that we downloaded from the Sketchfab. You can see these are the triangles. Let me show you how the mesh is being constructed. So you can see here 46.6K vertex and a 93.2K triangles. Let me explain you what does this mean. I just created a 512 architecture. Consider this as 0, 2, 3. Okay. So these are the 4 points 0, 1, 2, 3. These are called vertex. So 0, 1, 3 is a one triangle. It's a one part. And the 0, 2, 3 one triangle. So try to consider this as a quad that we rendered in Photoshop. You can see the lines here. Line starts from here and then just go down and end it here. Consider this point as 0 and this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So 0, 1, 2 as a triangle. So this is how the mesh is getting rendered. Using this method only we can develop mesh. So any object that we download from internet like a hat, cat, or this small helmet, that anything that will be having a mesh that consists of a vertex and triangle. This is the meanings of vertex and triangle. So what does the Spark AR toolkit does? section. Okay. See, for example, this is the one triangle, and this is second triangle, and this is third triangle, and this is fourth, fifth, and so on. So now we will be having up to one, two. Okay. Say, for example, now we will be having 12 triangles. So what does the Spark AR toolkit does is it just reduces the triangle. It just deleted this triangle and give us like this. It just optimizes the triangle. Let me show you. Wait. So okay, before starting this, you need to delete the unwanted objects that are in the scene. So we give the lights and the camera. I'm just editing this. Okay. Okay. First let we join mesh. So these three dots are termed as mesh. Say for example, when I select the object, some mesh will be selected. You can see when I say select the plastic game object, the another mesh is selected, the plastic one, another mesh. Likewise, this is in Blender or any other 3D model software. This is called as mesh. What you are going to do is to combine all this mesh into a single mesh. So why we are doing is it's because for the optimization purpose. So I'm just going to select all of this mesh. And then go to object, join. By clicking this join button, all this mesh will be combined into single mesh. If I select the mesh and then hierarchy, empty object, the object, okay. Okay. If I select the empty object and the mesh, it won't solve. The join button will be getting disabled. You need to select the mesh and then go to object, join. So join into the single mesh. Now we can delete all of this transform. So this is a light transform. We don't need this. Okay, this is the high poly mesh. Let me export it. See what's the size. You can see the size of the mesh is 3.1. So Spark Air has a limitation that will support only 4 MB. So what we need to do is to optimize this mesh. Let me delete the unwanted transforms. Okay. Now we have only percentage stand for. It stands for the optimization of the mesh. So like let's say for example we have right now we are having the 1,000 triangles and we need 90 percentage to flush. We can put the 90. So only 100 triangles will be there. So we are also doing the same thing for CAP. Now you can see the triangles also get count and also the shape does not get it. Now one more time we will be exporting this file SPX. So now you can see the size of the cap is 382 KB. We just reduced the size of the cap 10%. Sorry, X of 10. So now we can import the file into Spark AI. Now you can see the cap is huge and we need to set it down. For this to set up correctly, we need to use the head occluder as a. We can use this as a reference where the face head is and we can shrink it. So this is the head occluder. So if you guys don't have this, you can download from the Spark AI website. Spark AI provide this head occluder. You can check on this button to download it. You can see the head occluder is in DAB, SBX, OBJ format. So the differences between OBJ and SBX is OBJ does not support animation and the SBX supports animation. That's the differences between these two file formats. So now you can see the head occluder is in the same. I'm going to disable this now. So it will be easy for us to fix. You can pause it while fitting. Okay, now the cap fits. Okay. Now you can see there is a problem. The backside of the cap is also getting rendered. So how to fix this problem is we just need to move the head occluder at the top of the piece tracker, and then change its opacity to 0. Okay. So why the problem occurs is because of the replace, the blend mode. So what does the replace do is it just replace whatever in the scene. We need the city to alpha. So then only it will be getting work. You can see that here when I choose the blend mode to replace, when I change the opacity to 0, it won't work. We need the alpha to be set it in the blend mode in order this to work. So this is how you optimize models in Blender, and also I need to teach you point mesh pivot. So what is a pivot? Okay, let me close this one. So you can see the uh, red, yellow, green, red, blue, and green. The position where is the present in the cube. It is termed as the pivot. So what is the use of pivot is, if it is in the center of the mesh, we can easily rotate and scale. If it is in the side, it's difficult for us. Let me show you. Let me change the pivot. So right now, I just changed the pivot. You can see, previously it's in the center of the cube. Now it's in the bottom of the cube. So when I do the rotation, the cube rotates from here. You can see previously when we rotate, you can see the cube is rotating in the center of the axis. So this is how the pivot is important. See, for example, I just creating a null object, then making child under the null object. So the pivot of the cap, you can see here, the pivot and the center. So the pivot as the cap is here, and the center of the cap is also here. Now when I change the scale to 4, you can see the scale is changing from here. According to the pivot, the object scale is also changing. Say for example, when we rotate the cap in the null object, it will rotate according to here. You can see. But we rotate the cap inside the center, the cap will having a center rotation. So this is the need of the pivot to be centered in the scene. And then UV. So the next part is UV. I know it's a little bit complex, but it's one of the most important things in Sparta. So UV. Say for example, in Q we have 6 sides: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Okay, let me reopen the Blender. Okay, how does it add this? That the 2D texture will be wrapping into the 3D model is termed as UV. Say for example, I do not import the cat texture. So this is the 2D texture that will be wrapped into the 3D model. So this is termed as the UV. And then the reset position and rotation in Spark AI. So how to you can see the position is 0, 0, 0. When I moved here, the value is 0, 4, 0. You can reset by using command A and then press the location. So the pivot will be here. According to the pivot, the objects will be rotated. So this is how you reset a position in Blender. Same as for the rotation as well. And Spark AI Toolkit I have. So this is the Spark AI Toolkit. We optimize the cap. Now we'll be moving to the texture optimization. So you can see the size of the texture is 31, 32, and 104. So Spark AI has a limit of only the image with that. So what we need to do is let me size first. Okay, the texture is in 8K. We need to convert into 1K. Okay, so you need image and the image size and then change into 1024, 1024. So this is how you change the resolution of the texture. Now you can see the size is 2 KB. Now 1 MB2, we have reduced the size to 82 KB. So we can do the same for other two textures, or you can go to this sizes, compress PNG, right? Okay, why does it's not upsetting is because of the format. You can see here the JPEG, but we are trying to import the PNG. Now we need to check the PNG. Go down and then to import the PNG file. So this texture is around 100 MB, so you can use the photo. Okay, it's taking some time. So guys, do you have any questions in them? Or do you got clear how to reduce the file size in Blender?
Clear, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So another option is you can also use the decimate tool. Let me show you. The same process, we need to select the mesh. Go to settings, add modifier. Let me select, okay, this mesh is enough. This mesh, this tool allows us to optimize the mesh. You can see the triangles is getting reduced. You can see when I increase the scale, the number of polys is high. When I decrease it, the triangle is getting reduced. In order to this to apply to the mesh, you need to click on this and then press apply. So it will be applied to the mesh. So this is one of the way, another way to optimize the mesh. You can see the image is now compressed to 57%, but actually the size is 13.4. I'm going to if there is any transparency in the texture, we need to use the PNG. If there is no need for the transparency, you can use the JPEG. So the size of this image is 13.4. It's because of the resolution. The resolution is in 4K. We need to reduce it to 1K. I'm doing the same process import the texture in Photopaint. So as the user of the PNG picture, it will be having the more detail. You can see the size of the PNG is 1.6 MB. Now you can see the thing offline. So one of the another tool in Spark AR in texturing is for the substance finder. So substance finder is used for picture creating. So you can see some of the these are the textures made in substance finder. So substance finder has a setup to Spark AR as well, output setup. Say for example, in physically Spark AR, it has the texture slot, ORM, occlusion, ambient occlusion, roughness, and matte, normal. So Spark AR is substance finder exports things for it will use albedo texture, ORM texture, and the normal texture. So this is the why reason the most of the people use substance finder. Okay, right now we applied the okay. You do one more thing with the GIF optimization. So I just make a GIF for you guys to understand this. So this is the GIF, but it's not in. But as now for prototype purpose, I will be using this. So in order to you to optimize the GIF, you need to go this site, EGIF converter. So we are already having the GIF. I will be clicking the optimize button. We'll be dragging and dropping the GIF. Okay, it's okay now. So you can see the the 226 KB only. But I like example if you have a 3 MPG or a 4 MPG, you can come into the site and do the optimization. So 30 will be like conversion. Okay. So what does this frames does is, say for example, this GIF contains of 67 frames. So 67 frames means 67 textures. This GIF has 67 textures. So in order you to optimize the GIF more, what you can do is you guys can just press on the skip button on the one next to another. So why we are doing like this is because of the first GIF, it will go to the third GIF and then fifth and then seventh, ninth, 11th and so on. So what we are doing is just we are skipping one frame in every GIF. Now you can see here 67 GIFs, 61 frames are in the GIF. We just skipped one next to another. So right now we are having 34 frames. Now you can do the optimization. You can see the there is one more thing, and now it's 106. The smaller sign times. See, if we have a 1 MB GIF, it will be definitely will be around 500 MB. You need to click on the save button in order to save this. So Spark AR also GIF compression. Let me show you. Let me rename the GIF to something like explain. So in order to import the GIFs, you need to add as a click on the add as an import texture animation. You can see here, choose GIF, PNG or JPEG file. You need to press on the choose file. We don't need to add to the plane. So what does it means is it will create a plane in the hierarchy and add a material and apply the GIF to the plane. So okay, let me show you. Okay, the texture reduction. Say for example, the size of the resolution of the GIF is 512 into 512. We can reduce it to 256 or 128/64. That will reduce the GIF size. If we having the say for example 5 MB or 6 MB, we can reduce the texture size, but it also loss in quality. And also you can see if you use the transparency, more sizes will be involved. Say for example, I am using the transparency and the size is 238 KB. When I uncheck the transparency, it is 125 KB only. So make sure you are using the transparent GIF. If you need only, you can use the transparent. So frame rotation. So what does it does here? It is the same that we does in the ASIF. Say for example, we uncheck this, the frame is 34 and the 34. So this GIF consists of 34 frames, 34 images. When I check this, the frame is reduced to 23 frames. It's because of using the medium quantity. When using the high, the frame is into 17. So consider this as 34 as a 100%, and then high as a okay, high is divided by 2 like that. So 34 frames, it will be reduced into 17 frames. It's the same that we done here. So okay, let me show you what to do. You can see a new plane object is created, and the material is also created. That this is applied to the plane. So this is the add to plane means. Okay. Okay. These are the tasks we learned in the part 2. So guys, do you guys having any doubt in this part? Okay, it's coming laggy actually. Okay. Okay. Okay, Mamit. Aisha and okay. Okay. So part 3 we will be learning about the Photoshop. Let me close it and reopen it. It will come to the side. Okay, let me use the cat texture. So I'm then zooming the texture. So first of all, let me tell you what the spot tailing does to the. It just clears the. Okay. Okay. It just clears the texture. Say for example, we don't need this mark. We can click on this mark. So the just basketball diffuse one. Part here is another option. You can press on that will replace the texture, or you can drag it and drop it down. So let me show you by the changes manually so you can understand it. So this is the texture that we assigned it to the cat. When we change it to this, okay, Okay, the dots has been not hiding. It's because of it's in the mesh. Say for example, I just remove the texture. Now you can see the dots are in the mesh. So that's the reason it's not getting by erase. Okay, let me remove all of this thing. You can see. Oh, okay. Okay. This happens because of the normal texture. So this is a flat surface. So the use of the normal texture is will give depth to the mesh. Say for example, it is a plain mesh. You can see when you check the normal, it's giving depth to the mesh. Depth means more visibility, more details. So this is the texture that we editing before the Photoshop. So this is the texture that we edited after the Photoshop. Okay. Okay, let me clear all the dots. So it's easy for us to get understand. I'm going to rename it as cat diffuse to you can see the dots are not here. This is how we erase from the Photoshop. This is the use of the spot healing brush tool. And next we will be using the crop tool. So to use crop tool, you need to select the so you need to select this crop and then check on the crop tool. Using this crop tool, we can cut textures and then we can use the so this magic wand tool is used to select the object. Say for example, I selected I need only this part of it to be in the texture. I just selected using the magic wand tool and then right clicking it and perform the layer we have copied. So now you can see we have two layers. I have disabled this layer. We have this selected texture. We can also use the same process to file export. So this image has transparency. So we need to use the PNG as well. You can see here, these are the transparent, only this image is getting this rendered. When we export this to JPEG, we don't have the transparency. The white or black texture will be occupied. So that's the reason we are using the transparency. So the same as quick selection tool. Color to the camera lens. I just used the Sketchfab project for that. It's cool. Okay, I just downloaded my background. So here's the problem. This guy has a fast colorless patches. I'll be explaining you the patches about next week. So in the Nicholas Showman tutorial I have shared, the scene render fast is the only complex thing. So let me explain you what the scene render fast is. We can using in a simple way. To get use of the scene render fast, you need to click on create pipeline. You can move a little bit. So this is the background texture. The background texture is camera. If we delete the camera texture, then nothing is going to be rendered. So for example, if you put the basket another texture, the camera texture is also a texture, and also like the basketball cap disease is also a texture. If you connect any other texture, it will be considered as background texture. Okay, let me connect the camera texture. What does the scene object means? Let me show you an example. You can see here the input of the scene object is an object. You can see that we drag and drop the null object from the hierarchy. The output of the null object is an object. So we can connect the output to the scene object input. So what does it actually does is all the objects that are under this transform will only will get rendered. Say for example, the device. This is the device, and this is the device patch that we are using. All the objects that are under the device will only be getting rendered. So this is the use of scene object. If I create a new object, okay, I think we cannot make objects about the device. Okay, we can take this as an example. We created all the objects that are under the null objects will only be getting rendered. We can see the cap is rendering in the viewport, but it's not rendering in the camera. It's because of the cap is under the face tracker. It's not inside the null. In order to our cap needs to be get rendered, we need to move the cap to the null object. You can see now the cap is getting rendered. So this is how the scene render parts work. So this is a texture that will be getting from the scene render part. You can also preview it here. Okay, okay. Now we are going to import the patch. So we just imported the patch. So this patch requires a texture and alert. I'm going to search for the normal. Okay, neutral alert. So what does the neutral alert do? It does not get any effect by the camera. You can see it here. There is no change in the camera texture. But if we input some of the other lights like say tension green, you can see the color of the texture is green. So this is how you will be using a LUT in Spark. So let me create a new LUT for you guys so you can create your new LUT. In order to create a new LUT, you need to import a texture first. It's like the preview. So I'm just importing my texture, and you need to click on this circle icon and then click on the color balance. So this is the RGB and GB. I'm just making my channel to 100 and I need to import the neutral light. So what we need to do is to copy this by using Command C and pasting here Command V. I can see that our left is also getting changed. I'm going to export this map and make it as a neutral red, sorry, red light. I'm going to import in Spark. So now you can see we just applied this type of effect in Spark AI. This is how you will be creating a new light in Photoshop and importing into Spark AI. So this is for part 3. And do you guys having any doubt in part 3? You can also type in message. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. And we will be moving into the tips and tricks. So 2D text. So the first tips is Spark AI now accept 2D static text. So you can in the scene, wherever in the scene you can make it 2D text and do it for upload. You can make a static type like this and do it for a while. This is one of the tips. And delete assets that you don't need. Say for example, if you don't use this tension green neutral asset, you need to just delete it. Okay. Let me add some more stuff. So Spark AR also show here the review 7 unused asset. You can also check this, and by clicking on the remove button, it will remove all of the assets from our project and make a reasonable name. So when you are creating everything, make a reasonable name. So when you are creating a material or importing FPX file or importing or creating a game object in hierarchy, make a reasonable name so that you can edit it easily. Reduce file size. So while you are downloading model from Sketchfab or any other sites, use the Blender and reduce the file size and import it to SparkAR. Make the pivot to center. So as I said before, you can see the pivot is here. You need to, if some of the models in internet, the pivot is here, you need to go to Blender and you need to change the pivot to center like this. So it will be easy guys for you to rotate. So the rotation and the scaling will be at the center of the pivot. It will be easy for use. Okay, do not use the same patches. Say for example, I'm using the patch here and do not use the same patch like this. Say finder, say select, okay, okay, like this. Okay, do not use the duplicate patches like this because it will cost you for performance reason. So there is a tool in Spark AR action. You can click on this animate spin. So the object will be spinning. So these are some of the quick tips in Spark AR. You can perform some animations within minutes. There is also spin, float. The float will be moving from top to bottom, and the blink is visible in the game object. Say for example, it will be visible for 1 second and not visible for 1 second. You can see here. Okay, these are the animations. These are the quick animation. You can use it in Spark AR. Okay, if you are editing the canvas, set the mode to 2D, so it will be easy for you guys to edit that. You need to go to mode and then click on the edit 2D objects to enter into the 3D. If you are editing 3D, go to the mode and press on the edit 3D objects. So this is one of the tips. And then use the head occluder and face measuring for models. So likewise, we just position the cap by just making the reference of the head occluder. So if you are positioning something over the head or in the cheek, use the head extruder and face mesh as a reference, and then position, and then make position. It will be helpful for you guys easily. Use proper UI anchoring. So the UI anchoring is what I mean is the pinning. Say for example, you don't need the text to be pinned in the middle right, so it will be getting stretched. You can see the text is going somewhere. So just guess this before do the pinning. So where it is in the screen. Say for example, it is in the top. So I need to pin to the top, and also you can pin to the left. So I don't need the right pinning. So you can see the text is still remains in the top left. And if you need the text to be changed according to relative, according to the device, you need to change it to be relative. And now if you change the size is also getting changed. So before uploading your asset, so I hope everyone know how to upload their asset. Okay, one more thing before trying. If your size exceed above 4 MB, what you can do is click on the texture that has the high size. Say for example, in our scenario, this texture has the highest size. We need to change the automatic conversion to do the manual, and if it's still above the size, what you can do is you can change the maximum is 1024 to 512. So the image size will be getting reduced. Okay, it's taking much time. So that was I'm actually meaning. The maximum is 1024 and 512 is actually the power. So you need to convert everything to manual. So start carry one of it. So before you uploading any effects to the Spark app, read the policy that suits you. So you can see demo videos must not be unedited by other apps or software. You need to take the demo videos by the test link in Instagram. Icon must not contain any model instructors in the video. Read through the policies and then upload the effect to the Spark app. So that's all for this section. So do you guys having any doubts in the whole section as well? Not only for this part, I'm asking for the whole section. Yeah, I don't know about the process actually. I think I have installed the Blender now. That's why it's getting delayed. I need to uninstall first. Yeah, I'm using the Intel Core i5. Any other doubts, guys? In the whole section as well. on the part 4. Okay, I will be just fine tuning these things and complete the project in no time, and will send you the problem. So actually, let me show you. So teach. I expected to have this kind of output as a final, uh, but due to this, I need to go slowly for you guys to understand to make it better. I just slow it down and perform some animation. So this will be the final output of the project. Just enable the things. I'm going to share this project link to you guys so you can make it up easily. So okay. Your job is make to import the texture and assign it in the material. Any doubts, guys? Anything from the section? Do you guys don't understand? I can take it one more time. The particular part two. Okay. I hope everyone will understand. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow we'll be having a section on scripting and shaders. Um, this is one of the major sections. So I need everyone to be participate in the section. Okay. Because it's one of the difficult things in Spark AI. So that's all for the section, guys. I'm going to end it here. If you guys having any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, I hope no one having the doubts. Okay. Okay. I'm just asking for the doubt. So tomorrow I'll be taking the section on scripting and shaders. That was I say. Okay, guys, let me share the finished project in the group, and please do your assignments. When you do mistakes only, you will get learn. Also, when you when you complete the assignment, please post it on the social media handle. Okay. Okay. I hope no one is having the doubts. Okay. Let's connect tomorrow, guys. Bye.